Hey guys, welcome to another commentary done by Diggity. Up right in corner we got Bonyth starting as the olive yellow Protoss. Bottom left hand corner we got Dewalt starting as the green Protoss. This is Fighting Spirit. And possibly the last game of Fighting Spirit Mania. Dewalt, we're currently in... This might be a upper final bracket sweep here for Dewalt. I don't know what happened between this match or this set and the prior set. Bonyth, I'm wondering if Bonyth just got busy with family or something along those lines, or didn't have as much time to practice in comparison to Dewalt, or if this is when Dewalt was like, you know what, I'm really going to practice hard. But Dewalt, thus far, the momentum has certainly been in his favor. That's not to say that Bonyth hasn't been able to secure games, but Dewalt just going for the safe 2-gate OBS Robo has really been dominant compared to Bonyth, and it doesn't feel like Bonyth has an answer. It seems like at equal builds, Bonyth is falling behind just on small slivers of execution, just really minute things, which is just, first of all, like kudos to Dewalt for raising his game to that level. But also secondarily, Bonyth hasn't found a way to, he hasn't found a good counter in the space of it, which is kind of the, and I think Dewalt also showing why 2-gate OBS, the 2-gate OBS Reaver build is so strong, honestly, because you can, it's the middle of the road build where you end up with slight disadvantages depending on what your opponent's doing, but it's kind of, it puts you in a good position regardless as far as middle field against everything, and puts you in more, I would say if it's like the hand you're playing, it's kind of like it's that solid strong hand in poker where you're gonna beat most of the, you're putting yourself at well above a 50-50 shot, if that makes any sense. Love to put that down on paper sometime and actually write that out, like it has advantages against all these builds and only a disadvantage against this build. I think really only a disadvantage against 1-gate Reaver, especially at cross spawn. We'll see if Bonyth opts for that. So Assimilator going ahead, and even then there's ways you can execute your way out of it. Execute! Dewalt checking bottom right. Looks like he is going to get top right before that Zealot is produced. In the meantime, Bonyth checking top left, and this is not going to work out for him because he's now making his way bottom right, which means that Zealot is going to be in position to go ahead and blockade that front ramp. We have a cybernetic score and gas in the space of all of this as well. See if Dewalt takes that opportunity to go for a Manor Pylon. He's currently attacking that gas line. Zealot wandering out a brief moment. Maybe he was hoping to catch the probe out in the forward field. Holding line in the meantime. Zealot now in hot pursuit. If there was going to be a Manor Pylon, this was potentially going to be the moment in the dive. It looks like Dewalt saving the resources and just going to steal some gas. Never mind. Was that? I was looking at the wrong probe. Should I do a color swap? No, we're going to leave it as is. Range queued up for Bonyth. No, slightly later cybernetic core. We already have 2 gates constructed in the meantime. This is going to be second gate before range, by the way. So I think Dewalt is going to get aggressive with his initial Dragoons. I wouldn't be shocked if this turns into 3-gate. Probe getting rejected currently. At which point I'm wondering if he's going to go for 3. It would be kind of interesting to see a 3-gate with range delayed, actually. Probe does die in the space of this. Maybe he's expecting, actually, considering all the 2 gates, this could be mind games, where he's expecting with all of the 2-gating that Bonyth is going to go 1-gate Robo rather than 2-gate Robo OBS. And let's see if that in fact ends up being the case, in which the 3-gate can execute pretty well against. Yeah, so there's the Robo already. Oh, Probe makes its way in though for Bonyth. Range is queued up, but part of the problem for Dewalt, huge flub right there. He sees the 2-gate, sees the range, isn't able to get anything else out of it, but that piece of information absolutely enormous. And now does Dewalt drop that, so a little bit later range? No, he's going to go Citadel of Adun. So this could be a build order counter in Bonyth's favor potentially here, depending. Again, with just the 1-gate versus the 2-gate of production, sometimes with, never mind, it looks like Dewalt's going to drop the Nexus underneath this as well. So trying to do, he's basically kind of copying Bonyth's build order in the reverse, but the problem with 1-gate OBS in comparison is you end up with fewer troops. Bonyth going straight robotics, by the way, and looks like he's going to skip observatory. Oh man. So this might be it, where I was thinking this was going to be OBS and then maybe just a little bit of trouble potentially dealing with the Dark Templar, and so he wasn't going to be able to really halt that Nexus. This could turn into a build order victory by coincidence for Dewalt, because Bonyth right now, playing some heavy risk, is thus far skipped the obs entirely and is going, it looks like it's going to go Reaver, Shuttle, then obs, which is going to give a massive time window for the Dark Templar to make it up to the natural expansion, either halt that entirely or make its way into the main and wreak a lot of havoc and get a lot of damage. Either way, this natural expansion should be safe and secure. It is possible that Bonyth goes for kind of an aggressive counterattack and just micros his brains out with that Reaver. There are tricks you can do lining up your own units against the Dark Templar and shooting them with the Scarab to get the splash to save things. So, but that's honestly highly unlikely here. It looks like the play for Bonyth was just to go rather than Shuttle. He is going Observer as far as a follow-up. Okay, this might not end up as bad as I thought it was. Where did the observatory get built? I missed it. Never mind, it was above that assimilator. So I'm panicking. I was like, no, not this way. He should be okay. Reaver's going to sit at home base. This actually gives it kind of the inverted tech advantage actually to Bonyth. Should be able to deal with that Dark Templar without too much trouble. The Observer's out, but the Observer needs to stay at home base is the other trick of it. If it makes its way across that map, there are ways that the Dark Templar can sneak in underneath unless the second... Okay, never mind. Good. Second Observer queued up. So the Dark Templar can oftentimes dodge that first Observer. That doesn't mean that second Observer is going to be absolutely perfect, but this usually means that Dark Templar gets hit. And we'll see if Dewalt's able to get that unit out of the way. He's actually going to check the 3 o'clock. He's sending units to make it look like something else. So sending the 5 Dragoons across the map as though this was like a 2-gate check on a 3-gate, potentially. So Dewalt kind of messing with him a little bit. The Observer out on the corner. Does the Observer see the Dark Templar as it makes its way across the corner? Yeah, taking shots, drawing the troops out. Dewalt trying to make this work, and that is potentially going to open up. Okay. Dark Templar makes it in. Great bait from Dewalt. Completely made this effective. Wow. And getting some incredible kills here. An attempt at a drone drill. Dark Templar gets dispatched, but not before it killed a lot of workers, and because there was that earlier natural expansion. That means Dewalt going to be up economically. He's up 10 workers as well, so in a great position now moving into the mid game. Oof, he is going to be down as far... He does end up in the situation that he's gone 4-gate in the space of this versus the 3-gate on the opposite side from Bonyth. He does end up in... what did I miss there? I think I missed something. Was that another Dark Templar? We got another Dark Templar waiting on the wings. So Bonyth actually moving out. He's left the Reaver here. Does the Observer here? Shuttle being built. Where's the Observer? We got this Observer at home base. Okay, second Observer is there. That should be enough to deal with the Dark Templar. Oh, but he scooped up in the shuttle. So where Bonyth was looking to get aggressive, he's leaving this natural expansion wide open now. Dark Templar are looking for a potential counterattack. This is... Bonyth actually has a massive army right now. Dewalt dropping some cannons to try to equalize things. We also have a probe for some reason pinned to the 6 o'clock location. I'm not sure what this is about. But Bonyth moving forward, he knows he has that Reaver advantage. The 4-gate starting to kick in, so there's a small window. This is before Psystorm's going to hit, before there's energy for the Psystorm as well. Dewalt doesn't have information on this, so this still might be Bonyth victory. Reaver's making the way forward, should be able to take out that cannon, no problem. And now pressing in, he might have enough troops to get it done. Did the Dark Templar? Okay, the Dark Templar's trying to make its way back. Where's the Observer? The Observer a little bit deep, so the Dark Templar able to get on some of the Dragoons and actually forcing back this attack, and that's buying precious time for Dewalt to get those 4 gates in play. Finally, that Observer making its way out, but that Dark Templar served its purpose. Psystorm finished, energy for it. There's the Psystorm drop to the natural expansion. More Psystorm blanketing the Reavers. Great play. Oh, wow. That Observer out of position might have cost Bonyth. It was not a guaranteed comeback right there, given everything, but it certainly did not help his cause. Still trying to make his way, get damage done. Lost the shuttle now, so Reaver is suspended on the ground. This is again 4 Dragoons out of position now. Equal equal units at equal distance, and that actually might have sealed it. Bonyth down. He's going to play it out. He's down a slew of workers. He's down production, just dropping his second gas, but his heart has to sink in the space of this. Robotics dropping. Dewalt making his way up to 8 gateways off 2 bases, recognizing that all he has to do is smother his opponent. He's got the 50 workers. Yeah, I think 45-50 is where you want to be for maximum production on these 2 bases. And just is going to close it out through a troop swarm. Bonyth moving some troops out. Getting actually pretty good exchange right there with the observer, but going a little bit deep, and actually is finding a pocket where Dewalt was macroing up, and so didn't have a massive amount of troops on the ground. Dewalt also staging to maybe grab his 6 o'clock, might be why he's surging up to the 55 worker count to get that saturation across 3 bases. So going, so I take it back. So going to go with a 4 gate, grab the 6 o'clock once he feels like he's got enough troops to do so. We got another Reavener shuttle making its way out. That's probably going to be the last shot for Bonyth. Although there's not a lot of troops out, we do have High Templar with some Side Storm by the time this makes its way in, though. Just in the nick of time. Dewalt actually has to be careful with this. He's playing right on the edge here. Bonyth streaming in. There's Side Storm on the pocket of that grouping, that bridge, an absolute slaughter zone with Side Storm. And Bonyth honestly took maximum damage from those 2 storms. Sweeping around, looking to get another engagement. High Templar picked off before it's, I'm not sure if it got its, I think it might have gotten its Side Storm off. But at least there's no more storm. But now Bonyth on full retreat is going to be able to rescue that Reaver. And unfortunately, instead of the 6 o'clock, Dewalt going to go ahead and take that 9 o'clock. And the options are running out for Bonyth. He's got 6 gateways up to try to work with his 2 bases. Pretty soon, you can already see the supply. Well, the supply difference, if you deduct about 20, means that Bonyth still has a raw army advantage, but with High Templar and +1 weapons going to finish in not too long, that will equalize quite a bit. And you're going to see just a massive troop surge, because this is an end game gateway count right here. And this is going to be the 55 worker saturation, which is right where you want to be at across those 3 bases. Zealot leg speed. I don't think Zealot leg speed is finished yet. No Zealot leg speed for Bonyth, which means those Dragoons are also a bigger problem. So Dewalt just trying to mirror the army movement. He's also sent out a Zealot to check that 3 o'clock base wisely. Checking up, getting a few free shots. We got 2 Reavers and a pile of troops right there. Big shot on those Dragoons, but Psystorm over those Reavers. The shuttle's gone. 1 Reaver with just a sliver of health. It gets taken out by a Zealot of all things. And the Zealot's now sweeping down and hunting. These Dragoons are battered and beleaguered, trying to stutter step their way out. They're just getting swarmed, though. Zealots with +1 weapons versus no upgrade, an Archon behind everything else, and a High Templar bearing down. They're going to go ahead and regroup with some reinforcements, but that 9 o'clock base holds. We got 2 photon cannons there as well, and reinforcements easily going to be able to defend that natural expansion between point A and point B. Bonyth needs to find some space, otherwise this is going to be Dewalt's championship here and now. About 9 Dragoons sweeping out, 2 more trying to come in to make the count 10. They're a bit split between the attack forces, and Dewalt starting to close the gap. He's got High Templar and some Zealots in between. The Northern Dragoons getting wiped out, but they're having to walk through Psystorm on retreat. Zealot checking everything else out, going for a sweep. So we got a Zealot at the 3 o'clock, a Zealot also going to check the 12 o'clock. Bonyth fielding more troops. The Observer seeing as they're making the way. This is 3 saturated bases, by the way, so all these gateways are active. So Dewalt can basically just keep forcing these fights at this stage. Keep dropping the side storms. Even if he ends up losing a portion of the fight, he can always replenish off his gateway line. So Bonyth has to win these fights convincingly, is what it comes down to. Reavers can help with that. Able to get... He's going to be able to pick off a High Templar there. Dewalt, effectively what he's doing is just fielding mixed troops in the space of this. That Reaver getting caught, a little bit of micro in this space, getting decent value. That High Templar going to get picked off. Is actually bunched up as Dragoons. We got another reinforcing army making its way across, but here are the reinforcements for Dewalt taking the field that's going to be able to get underneath that Reaver. Bonyth trying to find a purchase point, but now he's outnumbered. The economy has kicked in for Dewalt. And I'm assuming once these Dragoons are taken care of that we're going to see a GG from Bonyth, although he might fight it out to the bitter end, considering the path up to this stage. There's GG. Dewalt is the Fighting Spirit Mania champion after I don't know how long. I think this must have lasted 3 years. I think this might have started in 2001, you guys. 2001, and we'll see by the time this uploads if all of the replays make it to YouTube by the end of before 2025. But Dewalt honestly winning what I'm going to call the most grueling this is the longest, most grueling championship of anything. And I think esports history, definitely it's got to be the longest running. Like, has there ever been anything like this before? But anyway, congratulations to Dewalt. I would like to see Bonyth come back and secure more BSL championships himself. Dewalt, by the way, as of this moment from my period of time, which is around September of 2024, the current BSL champion. We'll see if he retains that championship status. Congratulations to him. Want to see him... I would love to see him make it to ASL, and honestly, he's the best shot in the foreigner community to do it well. Appreciate all you, appreciate the viewers for putting up with all the PvP for such a long period of time. Appreciate you guys, Twitch viewers. Hopefully it has not been too terrible. Thank you guys for listening. Still got a lot of love. Take it easy.